Peter Racy here, Anzac Day Precinct and World War II History of Brisbane YouTube channel, and this particular YouTube is documenting some material to be found in Newstead Terrace Park, and it was of a surprise to me this morning when I realised that in a few days' time it is going to be 20 years since this particular memorial was unveiled here by Commander Michael Horton on the 15th of October 2004, and it memorialised the sinking on the 12th of September 1944 of the Japanese troop ship Maru, because the United States Navy rescued a significant number of Allied survivors, even though they did sink the ship. And there's a very long story in relation to that. And 86 Australian survivors found their way back to Newstead No. 3 Wharf on the 25th of October 1944 from Guadalcanal. And that is a significant piece of history. And it is more significant given the other memorials that are now starting to populate Newstead Terrace Park. And in the distance, and I'll just put a brief little bit of footage because I'm not going to be talking about it today, is the USAT Goucher Victory Memorial sign. And as one looks at the memorial sign and takes into account its meaning, more important is the upcoming Australian Mainland First, which is a memorial plaque to be attached to a gazebo which is just in the foreground there, and that is going to be a significant memorial, and I'm going to be talking about it in just a minute. Behind me is the gazebo that I referred to earlier, that is in the process of being memorialised for the Coastwatchers and their service in Australia and to Australia. And it really does amaze me that it's taken nearly 80 years to get to the stage where a memorial on mainland Australia is being talked about, and it will be 80 years by the time the council processes are finalised and the council is satisfied that a memorial of some sort needs to be made in Brisbane. And it's really significant because 2 kilometres down that way, the Americans had their submarine base that picked up and dropped off so many of the Coastwatchers from their active service in protecting Australia. And 5 kilometres down the river that way is where there was a Catalina flying boat service that serviced the main base of operations, which was really Cairns, Port Moresby and that area. And so this location is really incredibly important and very suitable. So let's hope that the next YouTube you see on this topic is filming the unveiling here next year, 2025. So this concludes the first look at the memorials in Newstead Terrace Park, and I hope that you found it as interesting as I have. Good afternoon.